sun-drenched evening to everybody from south of Reading here, where we're taking on the Cardinals of Reading Central Catholic High School in the opener of the 2004 season. It is a beautiful night here at the ballpark. The ballpark is not that great, but the evening is just beautiful, and Ray and I are happy to be here after traveling down from Likens and finding out where this field is actually located from trying to jog our memory from last year. But nevertheless, the teams are about set to enter the field for tonight's ball game. The Trojans over here to our left, and we are, as you can probably tell again, here in the bleacher, top of the bleachers to do tonight's ball game. So there are a couple of numerical changes for the Trojans, which I did not get. I didn't have a pen handy when the announcer made them, so some of the fellas I hope we can identify, and mostly the backfield I think is okay. It's just that I think 60 Wiest is wearing 61, as I recall, and then there was another young fellow who I didn't catch that's wearing a slightly different number too. So I don't know if these are new jerseys and some of them didn't come in or what happened, but at any rate, we'll do the best we can as we're just moments away from the opening ball game. So of course, no record for either team. The Trojans had a pretty easy time of it, as I recall, last year out here, and so we hope to pick up victory number one here in the 04 season tonight here against these Cardinals. So we'll be back with the opening kickoff, and again, it is one gorgeous evening for football or anything here in the southern part of Reading. We'll be right back. The opening kick, here we go. Co-captains meeting at the center of the field here. We have, let's see, Anthony Hoover, 34, number 3 of his green, and 54 Adam Dietrich out there. So we should be set to go here now. We'll look at the setup here. They apparently had done the coin toss prior, and so we'll be set to go here in just a moment. Upper Dauphin, I think, might receive, but we'll see. Just had a fine rendition of the national anthem by the UDA band. Apparently the Cardinals do not have a band here at Reading Central. So the Upper Dauphin doing their thing out here, and it sounded good. Well, the season's only about 2 minutes long, and I've already goofed it up here. It'll be Upper Dauphin kicking, not receiving, and it'll be kicking it to the north here at the ballpark. And the kicker, number 16, is Mark Mace. So here we go with the opening kick of the season. Nice kick. It's going to go all the way down here to about the 15, the 20, and the 25. And there is a pole here to contend with also, as you can plainly see. That will be in our face the majority of the night when we're over to the left side of the field here. We're situated about the 38-yard line here at the ballpark, and so they'll put it in play first and 10 here now on the 26-yard line. First and 10 will stay back a little due to the pole for sure. Quarterback sends a man in motion near side. He'll hand it off up the middle. He goes with a big gain all the way down to around the 40-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. Looks like it's to be spotted up at the 38-yard line. So a big gain on the first play and a first down. First and 10 Central. So they have to tighten up the center of the line there a little bit now as a quarterback hands this one off over the left side. He goes. Another good gainer as he spins around to the outside. Mace with a shot at him, rolls him out of bounds at the UDA 38-yard line, whatever, of the Trojans. So two big plays for the Cardinals have gotten themselves into Upper Dauphin territory immediately here in the ball game. So they don't look like the team that we saw last year necessarily, but by gosh, two big plays. It looks like they need to tighten up the defense here a little bit. The ball will be on the 30, but the 38-yard line really of UDA. Next play, handoff up the middle. He goes again with it. This time he'll bounce ahead for about 2 down to the 36-yard line, where it'll be second down and 8. So 2nd down and 8 here now for the Cardinals. Trojans want to dig in and hold him here. Quarterback's got it. Looks like he could pitch it, but instead he's going to drive it for a yard or two. Good stop made up there by a couple of Trojans that time. Looks like Dietrich getting up off the bottom of the pile that time. Picked up a yard to the 35-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 7 rather. About 3rd and 7 really. Ball just inside the UDA 35-yard line. They'll put 2 flankers out on the far side of the field this time. I formation in the backfield. Back he goes to throw. Getting a pretty good rush. Flown over that way. It is intercepted, I think. Let's see. Or what is it? Let me see. It's caught by whom? It is caught by... Oh, okay, it wasn't intercepted. I thought they had a shot. Looked to me like Mace might have picked that one off out there. But it goes as a loss on the play back to the 39-yard line and brings up a 4th down and a long 10. So the punter will go back to punt here for the Cardinals. He'll be punting from his own 50-yard line, stepping up to about the 50. Trojans 2 men back. Here's the punt. It's going to be angled over this way and be downed out here at the 5-yard line. Enders downing it for the Trojans, or picking it up for the Trojans rather, and give the Trojans 95 yards to go here for a TD. So they'll start her off here now from the 5. So on a 1st and 10, the Trojans go from the 5-yard line. Green, the QB, looking for a good year this year from Stephen Green. Handoff to number 34, I believe it was, or
number 31,
so 31 that time. That's Tom Booth. Tom lost a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 11. On the near side of the field on his 2nd down and 11. Ball at the 4-yard line now. The Trojans in a split backfield on this play. From the shotgun goes Green. He's looking, rolling right. Get in trouble, fires one down the field. It is tipped off the fingertips of number 34, Anthony Hoover, but goes as an incompletion. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 11. Green was scrambling back there pretty hard. Some hot pursuit that time after Stephen, but he was able to get the pass off and just went off the fingertips of 34. Okay, let's see what we can do on this one. 3rd down, 11. We need a 1st down here. We're going to be punting from deep in the end zone if we don't get it. So here's Green rolling, looking, firing a little screen. He fires over here, but it's incomplete. It was intended for no one over here, and a flag on the play. 54. Dietrich would have been the one nearest, but of course he's an ineligible receiver, so I'm not sure how they're going to rule this. They threw a flag, but if he never touched it, then what? Now they have another flag. So let's see what's going on here. Intentional grounding is what they're going to call it. I would have thought they just figured that the Trojans had run a poor pattern and nobody was out there. It looked like a good setup. Just did not have a receiver out there. So that'll bring the Trojans up to a 4th down, and they'll be punting it out of here in just a moment. Well, actually, they claim they intentionally grounded it from the end zone. I don't believe Coach Frelick believes that, but he's standing over here looking at the officials. Somebody just missed the pattern that time altogether, and I think in Green's defense, I don't think he was looking for grounding. I think he thought he saw a white shirt out there and would fire one over there, but nevertheless, it's a 2-0 ball game now as the Cardinals go up here by 2 in the early going. Got 8 minutes, 27 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and it's 2-0 Cardinals. So anyway, now they'll have to kick the ball off here. Mace will decide to punt it out of here from the 20. Spirals one down here, and it's going to be caught at about the 40-yard line. Midfield to the 45 of Upper Dauphin and down to the 40 or 38-yard line of the Trojans before he's hit out there by a couple of Trojans.
Down by the kicker, number 16,
Mark Mace, they give the credit for the stop. But the ball's at the 39-yard line where the Cardinals had just started here moments ago. It'll be 1st and 10 Central. On a 1st and 10, pitches to the tailback, and he'll try to turn the end over there, but he can't do it that time. Good defensive play by the Trojans. Looked like 30-something. Was it Hoover over there? Oh, 18, Robbie Matter in on the stop for the Trojans. It's a 2nd down and 9 situation. The Cardinals gaining 1 on the play down to the 38-yard line of UDA. Clock stopped with the out of bounds play. 8:14 remaining here in the opening period. Cardinals up 2-0. Here's the handoff up the middle with a draw. Goes 44 Kipper, and he gets down to the 34-yard line of UD. Just inside the 35, we'll call it, and see where they spot it. Right there. Okay. Anthony Hoover helping to make the stop along with Adam Dietrich for UDA. Brings up at 3rd and 5 for the Cards. Trojans just had poor offensive start from the last series, so from the eye they go. Pitch is back to the deep set again, and he'll turn the left side over here. Can he get a 1st down? No, he cannot. He's short by about a yard. As again, Hoover in there on the stop for UD, and Mark Mace making the stop. They're short by a yard and a half, so it'll be 3rd down and a long yard, maybe a yard and a half. 4th and 2. The ball near the Trojan 31-yard line. Handoff is to number 8. Up the middle he goes with it for the 1st down and more, ripping it all the way down to the 20-yard line before he is stopped back there by the Trojans. Another big 1st down. Mark Mace in the secondary making the stop for UDA. It'll be 1st and 10 ball right on the 20-yard line of the Cardinals, or of the Trojans rather. So for the 2nd time in the early going of the ball game here, the Cardinals putting up a threat. See if the Trojans can pick one off here or stop them somehow. Pitching back to the 22, and he is dragged immediately as a good stop made in there. Number 20-something, let's see, 21 out there making the stop for UDA. That's Joe Whitmer and Ryan Langans making the stop on the last play. No gain. Back he goes to throw. We need to pick this off. Down into the corner it goes. Touchdown. Fired that over Robbie Botter. And it's a 8-0 ball game here. And the Cardinals striking with a 20-yard touchdown pass. And it'll be an extra point try coming up here now for the Cardinals. Kevin Langle will try to kick this extra point here. Here's the kick, and it is good. Just barely, but it made it. All right, so anyway, with 5:57 remaining here in the 1st quarter, it's 9-0. The Central Catholic Cardinals here of Reading Central Catholic Cardinals, 9-0. Now the Trojans hope to get the ball back here and in better position than they had it the first time, so let's see what happens. Acker and Enders back to receive this kick now as he gets set to kick off to the Trojans. And let's see if we can get a decent run back, get some field position here now. Here's a ball coming back this way. It's going to be taken by Enders. Enders at the 18-yard line dives right up the middle here to the 33-yard line. The Trojans with decent field position to begin this series now. At the 33 of UDA, 1st and 10. So let's see if we can get it going here, fellas. Trojans set it up here now with a single man back, which they generally pass from. In motion goes Enders over to the far side. Enders has the handoff. He'll pitch it back now, and they're going to fire this one downfield. A man is out here by himself, and it is just tripped up at the 42-yard line. A good play out there as they lateraled it to Enders. Enders passed it back to Mace, who can throw the ball. And it picked off in there by Enders, really nice, or rather by Harmon, I guess it was. Missed track of who the kid was, boy, but he was out there alone. So the ball's at the 41-yard line of the Cardinals now, 1st and 10. Motter will flank on the far side of the field. Enders, the flanker on the near side of the field for UDA. The I in the backfield, and Green. Give this one off. Up the middle with it goes Booth, I think, or let's see, was it Hoover, rather. Anthony Tony, the Tiger Hoover, going up the middle with it. He's got about 3 or 4 to the 38-yard line. Picking up 3, it'll be 2nd and 7. 2nd down, 7. And a whistle for some problem here. Equipment problem for the Cardinals. He's getting her together. Official timeout. Okay. 2nd and 7. The ball's at the 37-yard line of the Cardinals. Green has Hoover as the fullback in the backfield. And let's see what they do with this one. Now we have a motion or something called, I think, on UD. We'll find out. Well, there again, my second mistake of the early season. It's a offside penalty against the Cardinals. Penalizes them 5 yards, makes it 2nd down and 2 now. Green handing this one off. Over the side over here it goes for the 1st down. Goes Hoover. Or rather, no, that's not Hoover. This is a new season, folks. Bear with me. 31, Tom Booth with a good drive that time. Tom told me earlier in the year, in the summertime, that he was all ready to play this ball game. So this football, I mean, not just tonight, but the whole season. He's excited. So they got a 1st down for the Trojans at the 29-yard line of the Cardinals. The pole comes into play here. Looking to pass. Green firing one down the field. Man out here. It is incomplete. That's intended for Mark Mace, but it falls as an incompletion. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 from the 29-yard line. Green hands this one off, trying to the left side over here. Not much on that, maybe a yard, as they gave it there to Booth, and Booth only got maybe a yard out of it. It'll be 3rd and 10. So the Trojans getting stymied here on the run. Harmon will check out of the ball game for UDA, as does Hoover. And the Trojans put their receivers in there now, as they'll flank 3 of them. Enders, one of the 3 over on the far side. Behind the pole it is now, so let's see what they do with it. We'll stay back, as a matter of fact. Back to pass goes Green. Gets some good protection. Now it's breaking down. Then he's going to have to fire it down, and out of the grasp he went. Green really under some terrific pressure from one guy. He had a fellow back there to block for him, but it didn't happen. So it'll bring up a 4th down and 9. 4th down and 9. The Trojans are going to want to go for it here now in the early going here of this ball game. This time Green goes into the shotgun pattern for UD. 3 receivers on the far side of the field. He's looking. He is going to pick it up and run it. Now he'll fire one downfield. It is complete. A nice catch made out there by Jimmy Enders for the 1st down, and takes the ball all the way down to the, let's see, 5, 10, about the 13, 17-yard line. It's a little hard to tell from here. At any rate, gutsy play. Good call and a heck of a nice throw from Green, who again was under some pursuit back there, and found Jimmy Enders over there on the far side of the field, and he hit Jimmy with a nice pass, and Jim caught it, came back, caught it nicely, and we got a new set of downs for UDA. Here goes Booth with it again. Booth rips her on down to around the 10-yard line. A nice run that time by Booth, picking up about 4 yards on the play. 4 long yards. It'll be 2nd down and about 6. Trojans look like they're on about the 12-yard line from here. This is a horrible place to tape from, let me tell you. Can't wait to get home. Upper Dauphin. Anyway, on a drive up the middle goes Hoover. He'll drive it down to around the 6 or 7 yard line. We'll see where they spot it. Nice drive up the middle that time by Hoover. And it looks like they're on the 6. Third. Okay, third down and about 2, huh? Third and a long one. Okay. Send the man in motion. Enders comes over this way. Hand off. Wow, that time they keyed on Booth that time. And Tom not getting a whole lot out of that one. Perhaps no gain on the play. We'll see. Oh, maybe a foot. It'll be 4th down. Another big 4th down coming up here for UDA now as it's 4th down and 1. 4th and 1 for the Trojans. Well, they're going to come down here anyway. Let's hope they make it. 1st and goal from the 1. First and goal from the 1. Let's see if will Green want to sneak this one in. Nope. He'll hand it here to Hoover, and Hoover plows in, I think. Or was it Booth? No, it was Booth. So Tom Booth gets the first 6 points of the season for UDA. A nice drive by the Trojans that time. And it's now 9-6, and the Trojan extra point coming up. Jimmy Enders lines up as the kicker for the Trojans tonight on his first extra point try of the 04 season. Placement's down, kick is up. Kick is no good. No good. So it is 6-0, 9-6 now. The Trojans will be kicking off to the Central Dauphin boys here, or Central Reading boys here in just a second. We've got 10 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, and the Trojans trailing by 3. Mark Mace has it teed up here now as you get set to kick this one off for the Trojans. I think Mark, if he gets into this, he can boot this thing pretty darn far. So let's see. Here it comes, and there it goes. Over on the far side of the field, it's going to bounce around and go out of bounds, and that'll be either a choice of taking it on the 30, I think it is, unless they change things, or a re-kick, and we'll see. Looks like they're going to opt to take it on the 30-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cardinals on their own 30-yard line. Correction, Central takes over on their own 35-yard line, not the 30. Up the middle with it goes the young fella. He got maybe a yard or so before he stopped in there nicely this time as 34 Hoover coming up to make the stop along with Dietrich and some other fellas in there as the buzzer goes to end the first quarter. So at the end of 1, it is the Cardinals 9 and the UDA Trojans 6. We'll be back with the second quarter. They'll be playing right out here in front of us here in just one moment. Okay, 2nd down and 9, and as I said, they're playing directly out in front of us here, which is very nice of them. So we have a 2nd down. Incidentally, on your pictures tonight, if you notice a vibration sometimes, we're standing on metal bleachers, and when the folks stump their feet or even walk around, it just kind of messes everything up and starts bouncing things around, so you'll have to bear with that. Nice stop in there by Langens that time, as Ryan coming up there and making a good stop after a gain of nothing, so it'll be 3rd and 9. So I think the Trojan defense is obviously starting to tighten it up here now as Dietrich trots off the field for UDA. And as the season goes on, or even the night goes on, we may pick up some of these guys, but as I said, I missed some of the announcements of the players' numbers, so I don't want to misname somebody who's over on a bench or give credit to, or not give credit to someone on the field. So when it comes to the line, it's a little rough tonight. Passing, looking, firing. It is almost intercepted again, as it was incomplete. But by gosh, one of these times tonight, that Mace is going to grab one of those. Look at him. Yeah, he said that was so close. He could smell the pigskin as it went by. Anyway, it's 4th down now, and the Cardinals will be punting to UDA. We'll see who they send back. They're going to send back Enders and not sure who the other guy is, but here comes the play. Here's a nice snap. Not too much of a rush for UDA, and back it comes over this way, and it's going to be down at the 31-yard line of the Trojans. So it'll be 1st and 10, UDA. 21 out there, of course, was that Jolton Joe Whitmer that was down to receive that punt. I forgot Joe's number momentarily here. So anyway, Trojans behind the pole, 1st and 10. I formation in the backfield, and Green hands this one off, and this one's going to, well, no, he didn't hand it off. He faked it off, passes one over here complete, and down the left side goes with a good run, and then he's going to get, let's see, tackle at the 40-yard line of UDA. Great play that time. He faked me out and a lot of other people, as I thought they went into the line with that ball, but it was kept by Green, who hid the ball very well. Fired a nice pass over here, and it was completed to Hoover, who takes it all the way down to the 39-yard line of the Cardinals. 1st and 10, UD. In front here at the 39. Green looking him over. Up the middle with it for 2 to the 37. Goes, let's see, who was it? It was Booth, charging ahead for 2 tough yards that time. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was Tom Booth. Yep, okay. Booth for 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. All at the 37-yard line of Central, as the announcer refers to them here. Again, in the I formation, they are in the backfield. 2 wide outs on the near side of the field for UD. This time, Green still has it. Slips out around the right side, but he's caught this time for a loss of a yard or 2 on the play. Will bring up a 3rd down and 9. Well, that time they tried to spread it out over on the left side over there, but Green just couldn't get loose or couldn't do anything with it, and so he had to keep it, and brings up a 3rd and 10. Trojans need a big one here, as Robbie Motter coming out here on the near side for you. 2 wide out split over on the far side. 1 man set in the backfield, and now Green looks him over and he says, wait a minute, I'm not sure about this play, so he calls timeout. That means that Tim Savage comes onto the ball field to explain the situation to the Trojans, and we'll be right back. Okay, the UD timeout is over, and so they'll put it in play here from the 39-yard line of the Cardinals. Big 3rd down play looking at the Trojans here. Back he goes to throw. Dumps off a screen over here to Mace. Mace sidesteps one guy, sidesteps another guy, and then is tackled after a gain of about 5. Mark Mace jittering around out there, gets himself about 4 yards out. It'll be 4th down and 6. So they didn't get quite as much as they would have liked to out of that one, but it brings up a 4th and 6. 4th and 6 from the 35. The Trojans have not opted to punt tonight. They're going to just keep it going here, trying to drive it at the Cardinals. So we'll see what happens here on a big 4th down play now. Back to pass goes Green. He's looking. Got a man open on the far side, but he overthrows him as he fires this one right by Mace. And so that'll give the Cardinals the football on their own 35-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10. Reading Central. Okay, the Cardinals will go at it now from their own 35-yard line. Single set in the back. Quarterback hands this one off, and he gets nothing. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a half a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for all intents and purposes. Maybe we'll give him 1 over there, you notice. We'll say a yard gain. 2nd and 9.5, the announcer says, and I agree with that. Okay, so the Cardinals will try it again here now. The Trojan defense really tightening it up after that first series when the Cardinals ran a couple of good yards. There's another nice hit in the backfield. This time it's going to be 67 and 54 Dietrich. Find out who 67 is here in just a moment. Eric Sims. Okay, that's Eric Sims' number from last year, Dale. You should know that. Good stop there by Sims and Dietrich. 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10 now. If we can keep them back here, don't let them get loose. We'll watch this 3rd and 10 play develop. QB wants to throw it. He's looking. He's firing one downfield. There's a man out here. It is incomplete. They're going to call it playing it, or did he catch it? No, he caught it. Oh, my gosh. He caught that ball. Wow, Mark Mace was defending on that play, and I thought he broke it up. But big gain on a fourth down, or a third down and long. Gee whiz, can't start that stuff, fellas. It was on the Trojan 32-yard line. Up the middle with it goes two. He gets back to about the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. Stopped in there by a good tackle. Anthony Hoover making the stop, they said. Again, they're playing in pole territory here. And the ball at the 32-yard line. Picked up one. Second down 9. Trojans had them absolutely stopped there, and then they got that big darn pass play. Well, all right, see if we can stop them here. Pick one off or something. QB looks like he wants to throw. Fires one over the far side. It is incomplete. Some good pressure put on that time by 56 out here of the Trojans. And again, I'm not sure who that might be. Well, again, the Trojans have them backed up here to a 3rd and 9. Crucial play here for the Cardinals from the 32-yard line. Back to pass he goes. He's looking. Dumps one down the side. Man is out here. It is complete for a touchdown. Well, can you believe that? This time it was Motter out there on the defensive end of the play. But, boy, a nice throw. Laid it right out there. And Segrist, I think it is, made the catch. And it's now 15-6. So the Trojans stung twice here on pass plays. And the Cardinals with an attempt at an extra point coming up here. They were complete on the first one. They were good. Well, let's see what the Cards can do with this one. Snaps down, kick is up, kick is good. So it's 16-6, and UD will get the ball back. 6:11 remaining here in the first half of the ball game, and the Trojans trailing now by 10. Well, let's see if the Trojans can get a decent run back here now and get themselves on the board this time. Enders and Acker back here to receive this kick deep. And here comes the kick. It's going to be line drive down the middle of the field, picked up over there by Acker, I guess it is. I'm not sure. No, Jimmy Enders make it. Okay. Hard to tell from here. But anyway, bring it out to the 33. It's 1st and 10 now from the Trojan 33-yard line. UD again with the offense having to get it going here behind the pole. Okay. Green sets them up at the 33-yard line, and here's the first play from scrimmage. Handoff over the left side goes Booth, and Tom got maybe a yard or something. We'll see. Gain of 1 on the last play. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for UD. Ball at the 33-yard line of the Trojans. Enders will come in motion over this way. Enders has the pitch back. He's going to try to turn it upfield, and maybe got a yard or so, not too much out of that one. He'll bring up a 3rd down for UD. Not too much on that one, as the Cardinals smelled that one out and put a lot of guys over here to make the tackle. Gave Jim a yard, be 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8, big play here for UDA from the 34-yard line. Back to pass goes Green. He's looking. He's firing over the left side. It is incomplete. Intended for Jimmy Enders, but falls as an incompletion. It'll be 4th down. The Trojans will be punting it out of there this time. 4th and 8 coming up here for UD, so he'll be punting. We've got a guy standing out here for Central at the 25-yard line of Central. Here's a nice kick. Going to come down this way and be taken at the 23-yard line to the 25, the 30, the 35, and is tackled out at the 34-yard line. We'll see where they give him the forward progress to the 34. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Central on their own 34-yard line with 4:18 left here in the first half of the ball game. Robbie Motter making the stop out there for UDA. 1st and 10 Cardinals. Playing practically in front of us here on the 1st and 10. Quarterback has it. He's looking to throw. This time he gets a pretty good rush, and that time he's going to just be tackled as both Culva comes in from his tight end spot or from his defensive end spot, I should say, and also Adam Dietrich in there on the stop for UDA. So a good rush that time by the white-shirted Trojans out here. And it'll be 2nd and 10. All right. Yeah. Now, let's see if we can hold them here on the 35-yard line. 2nd down and 10. QB pitches it back here, coming around this side here. He's at the line of scrimmage. He's got 5. He's got 10. As he bounces out of bounds here at around the 46-yard line. So it'll be a 1st down for the Cardinals. Robbie Matter making the stop for the Trojans, but not until a gain of about 11 yards and enough for the 1st down. Ball about on the 46-yard line of UDA now. Check that, of the Cardinals, rather. Cardinal 46-yard line. Quarterback hands it off. 2, dragging it up the middle. Got away from one guy who was trying to make a tackle down and around his foot. I think that might have been Hoover. And at any rate, he staggers ahead for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6. The ball, as you see it here, just inside the 50-yard line for the Cardinals. Up the middle he goes with it for a yard or two down to the 48-yard line of Upper Dauphin. Ryan Langens and Tom Booth on the tackle last play. Here we go, in a 3rd and 4. Pass over this way to 22. He is tackled after another good gain. Tackle made out here by Booth. Good for a 1st down. And it's a 1st down again for the Cardinals, who are threatening here now with 2 minutes 36 seconds remaining in the half. They already lead by 10, so the Trojans can ill afford to give them any more here in the 1st half of this ball game. 1st and 10 from the 40 or the 38-yard line of the Trojans. QB wants to throw, touches it back here. It is incomplete, or was it a, wait, it could have been a lateral. At any rate, goes for a loss. So it was a lateral play, a lateral pass out there, which was, the ball was alive when it hit the ground anyway. And so, loss of about 9 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 19. 2nd and very long here for the Cards. He'll throw. He's looking. He's firing one over the middle. It is complete behind the pole, but another completion out there as the Trojan secondary beaten again. And the Cardinals with a big gain on the play for a 1st down. So better than 19 yards, probably 20 some yards. So you're looking at a 1st and 10 here now for the Cardinals at around the UD 20-yard line. Pitch back over here to this number 9 guy, and he runs smack into one of the Trojans, who knocks him down that time. Nice hit in there by 21 Whitmer, I believe it was. Yeah, Joe Whitmer with the stop. Gain of maybe 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8. So a good play that time as the Trojans were able to stop him with a relatively short gain. 1:07. We're going to be inside of a minute to play here in the 1st half in just a little couple ticks. Quarterback wants to throw it again. Fires one over the far side. Incomplete. Good pressure put on the QB that time by that number 55 out there. 56 rather. That'll be 3rd down and 8. 3rd and 8. Big play here for the Trojan defense. QB to throw. Fires one. Now it's knocked down. Wait a minute. Intercepted. Back up field. They come with it. He's at the 40. Now the 30. He is going to go all the way is right. 56. Now we'll find out who that young fellow is as he takes that ball all the way on the intercept. Ball might have been tipped around out there. I don't know. But by golly, he took it all the way to about 80 yards for that touchdown. And that makes the score 16-12, and that is a big play here with the Cardinals threatening them. 43 seconds remaining in the 1st half. The Trojans needed that. 16-12, Trojans trailed by 4. They trailed by 10 here just moments ago, and we're looking to trail by even more. The Cardinals kept the pressure on there, but a big play. Here's the extra point try, the goal for 2. Green looking. Green getting a big rush. Fires one into the end zone. It is tipped and incomplete. So the score remains. If I can find the scoreboard, where is it? There it is. 16-12, 43 seconds remaining here in the first half of play. Way to go, fellas. Mace getting ready to kick off here now following that touchdown. Here it comes. It's going to go deep and be taken at about the 13-yard line. And he's going to be hit down nicely back here at the 25-yard line. So with 37 seconds remaining, the Cardinals will put it in play on the 21 or 26-yard line, I guess it is, of the Cardinals. Anthony Hoover racing down there to make that tackle for UDA. 1st and 10, Cardinals. Clock won't start until the snap of the ball, so they have a full 37 seconds to play here in the first half. And they're going to just set on it, and that'll wind down the first half of the ball game. So the Trojans will trail by 4 at the end of one half. The way it appears, it's 16-12 Cardinals, and it could have been a heck of a lot worse. So we're glad for that interception by 56, who is not on my sheet. I know they announced him earlier, but I'm not sure who it is. Maybe I'll find out at halftime. I don't know. The band fellas are over here. Band followers are over here, and they have no clue. Anyway, 2nd and 10 coming up. Is 16-12. We're at halftime. Trojans trailing by 4. We'll be back in the second half in just one moment. We're set to go here now as the Cardinals will kick off. And here it comes. It's going to go all the way down here on the left side and picked up there at about the 20-yard line. Acker with it. He'll bring it out to about the 23. Not too much of a run back on that one, but it'll be 1st and 10 UDA. Brock Stone was the young fellow, number 56, who the announcer just corrected at halftime, and I also asked a couple of the coaches, and Brock Stone's wearing 56. He was the young fellow that put the Trojans within 4 with that great interception and run back. So Trojans go to work now offensively. And unless I miss my mark, the offense will dominate here as well as the defense here in the second half. Let's see. I think the Trojans are fired up. Stone's interception really fired them up here when things were looking a little gloomy at the end of the first half. But let's see now. Green looking back to fading the pass. Fires one over this way. It is incomplete, and there no interference. No. Okay. Robbie Motter, the intended receiver out there for UDA. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 coming up here as Robbie checks out of the ball game, and Mark Mace in there for UDA. 2nd and 10. Mace will be the flanker on the far side of the field. Jimmy Enders on the near side of the field for UDA. Green had a good first half. Hands this one off. Spinning over the left side there is Booth for a couple of yards. Picked up about 5 almost on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 3. 3rd and 4, playing behind the pole. Whoa, this one's not going to go anywhere that time, as they were ready for that play, and they charged in there and grabbed Booth that time before he could get it going at all. So it'll bring up a 4th down and about 4. Good defensive play that time by the Reading Central Cardinals. So the Trojans will be forced to punt it out of there, and that means that going back to punt will be Mark Mace. He'll be punting from about his own 20. He'll step up to maybe the 22 to get this one off. Let's see if they can get a good snap here. They do. Nice spiraling punt. Going to come down here and drive him to the 28-yard line. And they got a miss there, and then another miss there, and then finally he'll be tackled at the 40-yard line, where it will be flagged. There's a flag on the play, and we could have a clip back here by the Trojans, but I'm not going to guess. I haven't guessed correctly all night, so I'm not going to start now. We'll see. Illegal block on the Cardinals takes the ball back to the 21-yard line, where it is 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Back on their own 21-yard line. So an illegal block in the back that time on the punt return. Ends up in a big penalty for, or against, I should say, the Cardinals for the Trojans. Went in their favor. So it's 1st and 10 from the I in the backfield. Will go the Cardinals here on their first play of the second half. Pitches it back over here. 9, going to spin around the corner. He's got 5. He's got about 7 before he's going to be ridden out of bounds out here. A couple of Trojans riding him out here, including Hoover and Whitmer making the stop on him. Gain of about 7 on the play, though. Too much that time. It'll be 3rd down. In fact, it'll be 2nd down rather, and 2. So picked up 8 all the way out to the 28 or 29, just about the 20. Well, there's the 28 laying right in front of the football, so call it yourself. 28.5-yard line. 2nd down and 2. Up the middle with it for the 2, leaping for what looks like a first down. It'll be very close, but it looks like a first down from here. Yeah, that's a first down, so it's 1st and 10 for the Central Cardinals. 1st and 10 from the UDA 33. Then a flag thrown in there as the tackle is made, and a flag would indicate almost somebody lined up or whatever offside, so we'll see what they call this. There is an illegal play. I think it's going to be against the Cardinals. We shall see. Here's the illegal motion against the Cardinals. There was no gain on the play, but the Trojans will move them back 5, I'm fairly certain. Let's see. Are they going to do that? Yep. Take them back 5. That'll take them back to the 27-yard line. And that's where the Cardinals will put it in play. 1st and 15. 9:50 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. On a 1st and 15. Now let's not get them away from here. Here's a pass. Oh no, not this time. Nope, not this time, as Calva in there really quickly for the Trojans along with Dietrich, but Todd Calva making a big play that time for UDA from his defensive end position, coming up there and putting a hit on him really early, driving him back to the 21-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and about 22. 2nd and 22 for UDA, for the Cardinals. Looking to throw. Now he's going to get a big rush again from Calva, and Calva and Dietrich converge on him back there. And another big stop for UDA. Nice stop by Todd Calva once again, getting in there and swinging around in the backfield, finally being able to come forward actually and make the stop on him. Again, the loss this time is back to the 21-yard line. That's about where he was before. It'll be 3rd and about 22. Now don't let him off the hook here, fellas, please. They flank out as though they will throw, and they probably will. He's looking. He's dumping one to a man that's wide open out here, but he's not going to make a whole lot this time. Gets to the 24, and that's where he's going to be nailed out there. As again, Hoover and this time Mace, I think, coming up there to make the stop again. But Hoover playing inspired football this evening for those Trojans. Anthony's been all over the place. So it's 4th down, and the Cardinals will give the ball up with 7:55 remaining, and the clock moving on down here now in the 3rd quarter. So the Trojans, who trail by 4, will get the ball back, hopefully in decent field position. We'll see what kind of a punt this young fella gets off. Good snap and a good punt. driving him back here, and let's see. It's going to bound around and be taken, and he's going to be hit as soon as the catch was made out there is number 21, Joseph Whitmer. Joe caught the ball, and the Cardinal caught him at the same time. But the ball's on the 40-yard line of the Trojans, which is an excellent field position to start off here now. The pole should not come into too much of a play here with us, as the Trojans will drive it upfield and away from that pole. It's the only pole on this side, and it sits right at the 50-yard line, incidentally. So anyway, here we go on a 1st and 10 for UDA. Again, Enders sent in motion over to the far side of the field. This time it's going to be handed off, and up the middle he dives with it, getting maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Why he didn't cut our way, I'm not really sure. Probably isn't designed that way, but it looked to me like the pile of the line was holding him up there, and then he kind of dove into the pile. But anyway, he gained a half. It'll be 2nd down, 9.5. Okay, 2nd and 9.5. Back to throw he goes. He steps up into the pocket, and the pocket collapses on him. The ball came popping out of there, but that was afterwards. So, a big loss on the play that time, as Stephen Green faded back to throw, but he was pretty much swarmed under there. There was a small pocket developed, but he dove into the pocket and didn't come out of the pocket. So it'll be 3rd and 16 now for UDA. So the Trojans, contrary to what I had suggested might happen here in the second half, are letting me down at the moment. Just kidding. 6:19 remaining. Now here's where we need one of the big plays that the Cardinals are able to come up with tonight once or twice. So let's see if we can get a big one going here. Green heading back behind the pole. He might throw it. Yes, he will. He looks like he will. Now he won't. He's going to tuck it. He's going to eat it. As the ball is taken down around the 30-yard line. And that's going to do it. The Trojans will punt it out of there. So the offense getting definitely stalled here by this Cardinal defense here in the 3rd period. 4th down and a ton here for the Trojans. So they'll punt it back to the Cardinals. 5:41 remaining. And the clock moving on down here in the 3rd quarter. Need to take a lead, and then we can play like this. But right now we trail by 4. So they'll punt this one out of here. The young receiver for the Cardinals staying at his own 31-yard line. Mark Mace gets a high snap, but he'll get it off. Drives it back here, taken at the 35. Missed there by one tackler, and then he gets it to the 43-yard line, where it'll be put in play by the Cardinals in excellent field position for the Reading Central Cardinals on their own 43-yard line. Okay, dig in there, Trojans, and hold them here. 3-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Reading Central Cardinals on their own 43. Hand off to the fullback, and boy, did he burst through there very nicely. He had a hole. Never slowed him down at the line of scrimmage, whatever, and they go all the way back here to where Mark Mace has to make the stop on him. I'm not sure who else might have been in there on that, but what I do know is a heck of a big gain all the way down to the Trojan 43-yard line, where it'll be put in play 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Haven't seen a running gain like that for a little while here. They sort of tightened it up in the 2nd period, but that was a mistake that time for sure. Here's the 2 again. This time he's grabbed onto a nice low tackle made by number 34, Hoover again. Langens also went on the stop, but Hoover had him by the leg, and he got no gain out of that. Matter of fact, he lost the yard. It'll be 2nd and 11. Second and 11. Good defensive play. Let's see if we can do it again. There's that 2 again up the middle with it. He's a long-legged fella. He gets a yard or 2 this time just by virtue of falling down after Whitmer may have made the initial hit on him, along with Booth perhaps. Stone also on the tackle, they say. At any rate, he gained 2, makes it 3rd and a long 8. just about 9. The Trojans need to hold them here. 3:35 remaining in the third. Big third down play. Pass, spins it out over here to 22. He slips, picks it back up, gets going down the sidelines. He is going to be tackled. Can you believe that, folks? Can you believe it? If you're a Trojan fan, the answer is no. Letting him loose, had him back here, but he spun himself loose and gets himself a first down, big first down that time, down at the 16 or 17 yard line. Looks like the 17 yard line of the Trojans. It'll be 1st and 10 Cardinals on the Trojan 17. Well, I thought they had them, but it didn't happen. Two again with it. Two again. Struggling ahead. Gets a couple of yards. Down to the 15 maybe. Culva making the stop for UDA that time. Picked up 3 or 5. I can't see it. It's behind the pole here. Oh, there he is. Okay, gain of, that doesn't look like 5 from here, but I'd sooner say 4, but whatever. Trojans got to do something exciting here. Maybe a sack, maybe pick off a pass or something. Pitch back over here to that 99 guy, and he's going to be tackled. There's a good hit by Hoover again. How many times have you heard Hoover's name mentioned tonight? Anthony playing one heck of a ball game defensively. Right at the moment. 2:15 left in the third. It's 3rd down and 8. Loss of 3 on the play, or loss of 2 on the play. 3rd and 8. He wants to throw it. He is throwing it. He got a man out here. Oh, good defensive play that time by number 18, Motter. Motter with a good play that time defensively. It'll bring up 4th down and 8 now. Trojans finally get a break on the pass defense that time. It was nice. 4th down, big 4th down play coming up for the Trojan defense. Big 4th down play coming up for the Cardinal offense. Let's see who wins the battle. It's 4th down and 8. Or the Trojans get the ball back. Here's the Quebec. Pitches it back over here to number 9, or 22. 22 around the side. He is down. Does he get in? Yes, he get in, they said. But there is a flag on the play. There is, hold everything, there is a flag on the play. This one could be coming back. Let's see. A block in the back, that's got to come back. So the Trojans catch a break here.
Flag on the field.
Yep. Flag on the field. A block in the back is about a 15-yarder, I believe. Of course, the Trojans will take it. We're figuring out where to mark it off from, I guess. So it's going to be 4th. Oh, that. Oh, wait a minute. 4th down. 4th down coming up. Well, here we go. Another 4th down play. This time it's 4th and 5 for the Cardinals.
We didn't get the official signal.
Official's going to give them the signal. No, they're not going to call time. Cardinals will call timeout. Well, in a sport that's filled with big plays, this is probably one of the biggest plays here tonight now on a 4th down and 5 from inside the 10-yard line for the Cardinals. Quarterback keeps it, pitches it back here to 22, and he is going to get down to about the 5-yard line. This will be awfully close. It looks like it might be a 1st and goal. We'll see if yeah, it is 1st and goal. Somehow they can't stop that long and lanky 22 out there. There he is over here. He just I don't know. Quarterback pitches it back there very nicely, and he is able to get good yardage just about every time. Here he is. Lines up over here as a receiver this time, and almost certainly they're going to try to go to him, perhaps. We'll see. In the eye in the backfield. 2 has it, and he is down for the touchdown, I believe. Yes, he is. Gets himself in there for the touchdown, number 2. And that makes the score now 22-12 with 1:19 left here in the third quarter. So the Trojans did not want that. They did not like that, but it's on the board. Extra point try coming up. Well, again, the Reading Central Catholic boys will try to kick an extra point. He's been successful 2 for 2. Here's the kick, and it is no good that time. Way off to the right. No good. So it's 22-12. Again, that 10-point margin for the Cardinals. And we'll be back with the Cardinal kickoff in just a minute. That actually says 22-12 with 1:19 remaining here in the third. Henderson Acker back deep to receive this Cardinal kickoff, following their 3rd touchdown of the ball game. Here it comes, and there it goes. It's going to go deep, and it's going to be taken over here by Acker. Acker up the middle with it, still on his feet, traveling all the way out here to about the 40-yard line. A pretty nice run back that time by Kenny Acker. And that'll put the ball in play at the 42-yard line. Nice run that time. 23-yard run back by Kenny Acker. UD putting it in play again in real good field position at their own 42-yard line. We can just get that offense uncorked here. We have not scored a point in the second half. And we have 1:12 remaining here in the third quarter. Stay back, see if they want to throw this one. Nope, trapped in the backfield that time, as something happened that time. Booth never got a chance to get it going here, as when Stephen Green went back that time, Booth was right there, and they kind of stumbled around back there a little bit, and it goes for another loss of 3 yards. This time it'll be 2nd down and 13. Timeout called by UDA. Okay, the Trojan timeout is over, and they set it up on a 2nd down and 13. Back to pass he goes. He's looking. Fires one way down the field over here. It is incomplete. Almost picked off. Intended there for Acker, but almost picked off by this Cardinal. Saber, or whatever his name is. Almost had that one. It's 3rd and 13. A big 3rd and 13 now. The Trojans really need a big play here. We'll stay back a little bit, see if they decide to throw one again. Yep, he's looking. He's firing one down the right side. 2 men out here as potential receivers. It is incomplete. Overthrown, intended for Robbie Motter. But it goes an incompletion. The Trojans will kick the ball away with 26 seconds remaining. Well, maybe they won't. Oh, I guess they will. Yeah, 4th down, and yeah, I guess they would. 4th down and 13, yeah. They'll kick. Mace back to punt again for the Trojans now with 26 seconds remaining here. Not much of a rush. Nice high spiraling kick. Going to be taken here at the 25-yard line, and then he'll be dragged down at the 24-yard line as Booth comes up there and makes a stop on him. So it'll be put in play 1st and 10 now with 16 seconds remaining. It'll be placed at the 25-yard line, and then they'll change and go down and play behind the pole. And up the middle they go with it this time, and not much going on there. No gain on that play, so 4 seconds, 3, 2, and they're going to change quarters now. So at the end of 3, it is, well, with 12 minutes remaining, the Trojans trailing by 10, and the Cardinals will be looking at a 2nd and 9 from the 26-yard line when we come back to begin the 4th period. Nope, 4th quarter underway here now. It's 2nd down and 10 QB hands it off. Up this way he comes, driving it ahead. Again, not such great tackling going on out there for the Trojans. Breaks it all the way out here to the 30-yard line, maybe the 31. Picking up just, let's see, 3rd and 6. Picked up 5 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 6. Third down, 6 to go for the Cardinals. Got to stop him right here. Cardinal wants to throw. He's firing one long and deep. Guy is out here, is incomplete. 22, overthrown. Oh, and he come up with a bad leg that time. He is holding his calf. Now, maybe it's just a Charlie horse, we hope, for his sake. But he is down, so there'll be an official timeout. Yeah. 22 is going to be okay. I think he might have pulled a Charlie horse or whatever. Got a cramp in one leg. So we got a 4th down coming up here. The Trojans are going to get the ball back now. They'll be in good position here as they only drop 2 guys back. It's okay. It'll be Whitmer and Enders back here to receive this. Oh, wait a second. We got an offside on 6 here. Well, that should move them back 5 more and let them punt from 5 yards deeper, and that might help us. Who knows? Moves the flag back to 4th and 10. Still in punt formation go the Cardinals, of course. Here's a good snap and a good punt. Going to drive Enders back here to the 40-yard line, to the 45, to the 50, to the 45, racing down the sideline over there and get some good yardage all the way down to the 37-yard line of the Cardinals. So that should give the Trojans really, really good starting position here as we try to close the gap here a little bit. It's 22-12 with 11:03 left in the ball game. Now we have another young fella shaking up a little bit. 21 coming off here. He'll be okay, but he is a running back or a wing or whatever. Now let's see what happens here. We got get our running backs going here now. Here's Green setting it up, 1st and 10. Handoff is to Booth. He'll get maybe 1 yard. Not much on the last play. Make it 2nd and 10, maybe a foot or so. So 2nd and 10. Hoover the fullback. And Green passing one down here. It's intercepted by that 22, and he's tackled down about the 3-yard line. Pass intended for Robbie Motter, but picked off by that tallish 22. And so the Cardinals immediately take over at their own 3-yard line, something like that. And it'll be 1st and 10. Let's see if we can hold them back here now. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. 10:16 left in the ball game. So the clock becoming ever so unfriendly to the Trojans as time winds down here. We cough up the ball. 11 will hand it off. This time it's going to be spinning outside here to the 10 or 12-yard line. A heck of a run after he bounced off again. A couple of would-be tacklers in there. And come all the way out here for a gain of 7 on the play. Make it 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4. 2nd down and 4 for the Cardinals. 44 has it again. Right up the middle he comes with it for probably the 1st down. And the Cardinals digging their way out of a hole here now, as it'll be a 1st down for the Cardinals. Tom Booth in there for the stop for UDA, with the ball out here now to the 17-yard line, I believe it is. First and 10 Cardinals. Up the middle comes that 44 again. 44 breaking it all the way out here. Big yardage gains now. They're cutting it off that left tackle spot of the Trojans and just opening up some holes, and the kids going through there for big gains. Another Another 13-yard gain this time on the play, bringing the ball out to the 30. It'll be another 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Up the middle again. This time he's going to be grabbed at about the line of scrimmage. A good stop made in there that time by the Trojans, number 54, Dietrich. Nice stop in there for Adam Dietrich. Gained 1, 2nd down 9. Minutes remaining in the ball game. Cardinals in control of the football and driving it out here on the 2nd and 9 play. They'll hand it off to a young fella, and he drives it over the left side this time. And he's got about 4 or 5 on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. And again, the Trojans looking to come up with a big defensive play now in a 3rd and 6 in the Cardinal territory. They're going to punt if they don't make a first here, but gee, let's see what happens. Big defensive play for the Trojans. Stay back a little bit on a big 3rd and 4. QB pitching it back. Turning the corner over here is that 22 guy. He's got yardage, and then he's going to go out of bounds eventually. But did he get enough for the 1st down? I'm not sure. We'll see what the official has to say. Yep, another 1st down. So they've driven it from about the 3 or 4 yard line all the way out to the 40-yard line. Trojans totally unable to stop them at this point with 7.5 minutes remaining. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. I'll hand this one off. Over the left side he goes with it. And he stopped after a gain of a couple, maybe. Not much on that one. Maybe 1 or 2. Give him 2. 2nd and 6. And this time the guy will hop ahead before Mace grabs him and pulls him down. On a 2nd and 6 play, this one's awfully close. It'll be a yard short. 3rd down and 1. Hold everything. Timeout called before the play is run. Boy, it looked like the play was run to me. What the heck happened to that one? Timeout Central. Looks like the play had already been run. What the heck was that? Kind of a late timeout call there, but anyway, it's going to be 4th and 1 coming up here after this timeout. That's all the time we have left in this one. 6:18 rather. And the Cardinals looking at a 3rd and 1. Staying tight this time. Gonna sneak it. Whoa, I don't know. Did he get it? Yeah, I guess he did. Yeah, Levin's the quarterback. He had the 1st down. So it's 1st and 10 Cardinals. They have the ball now at the at the Trojan 49-yard line. Okay, 1st and 10 Cardinals now as the clock winds are on down here. Here's that little 2 guy jumping over tacklers, running it all the way up the middle, and then finally takes it for 7 yards out to the 42-yard line of the Trojans. And we got a Cardinal down out here, so there'll be a timeout. 2nd and 3, the ball on the Trojan 43-yard line now, or 42-yard line, make it. Got to try to stop and get the ball back, make it look a little more interesting here. Handoff, 23 with it, dives ahead for the 1st down and more as he gets to the 37-yard line of the Trojans. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Playing right out in front of us. I hate to say that because they're going the wrong direction, but nevertheless, they're playing right out here. 22 again with it, trips ahead for a couple of yards. Probably 4, maybe 5 before he's tripped up. It's down at the 32-yard line. Picking up 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6. Okay, let's see if the Trojans can dig in here now as a flag is thrown on the play. So we have something wrong with that lineup, and it's going to be illegal procedure called against the Cardinals. That'll mark them back 5 and make it a second down and 11. It'll be on the 37-yard line. That'll be second and 11 now, looking at the Cardinals. 4:15 is all that remains in the ball game. Trojans were hoping for a better outcome here against these Cardinals, but it doesn't appear to be happening. Here's 22. He is going to be stopped for the first or second time tonight, as kid really posted some yardage tonight against the Trojans, but they say Booth was in there to hit him first. Loss of 2, it'll be 3rd and 13.
3rd and about 13.
Paul is actually on the Trojans 40, 40-yard line, 39-yard line. Ball on UD 39. This time they spread everybody out as though they'd like to throw one. We'll see. 22 comes in motion. Now he's going to be pitched back to him. And he'll turn around the left side over there and get some big yardage, and still on his feet. Finally bounced out of bounds down there after he runs over somebody on the sidelines over there. I think it might be our cameraman from up home got himself bumped over, or maybe not from up home, but at any rate, a guy, I think, camera guy. Wow. Big gain on the play one more time down to the 22-yard line, or 21-yard line. First and 10 with 3:10 remaining, 3:11 actually. Over the left side he tries to go, nothing doing there. Good hit, good stop. Second down and 10. Second and 10, no gain on that play. Well, let's see what they do here. On a 2nd and 10. Pitching it back to 22 again. He'll turn the side. On his feet, down to the 11-yard line. Although that was 32 that time, I beg your pardon. Tom Booth making the stop for UDA, they say. Ball is at the 13-yard line of UDA. Make it to 12. Ball on the 12. 2 minutes remaining in the ball game.
Third, less than a yard.
Third down, less than 1 yard to go. He's got the 1 yard and then some as he picks up about 3. Gets it inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. Show you where the clock is here now. 1:46 left here. First and goal for the Central Cardinals on the UDA 7. 30-something dives into the pile there, and he is held up after he gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Not much on that one. It'll be second and goal. From the 7, no gain on the play. Second and goal from the 7-yard line now. This time the quarterback's going to keep it. He's going to sneak it down the middle for 6. Yep, good run down the middle that time by the quarterback who decided to keep the football that time, and he took it in for 6 from 7 yards out, but there is a flag. That crowd over here, who was a little jubilant here a moment ago, may have that tempered a little bit. Yep, it's against the Cardinals. So we can take those 6 back off the scoreboard. And let's see what the call is here. It is going to be probably a hold.
10-yard penalty.
Hold against the Cardinals. And that'll move the ball back to the 15-yard line now and make it a second and goal from the 15. 1:08 left. Be inside of a minute here and when the ball is snapped. Second down, 15. QB hands it to that 22 guy, spins off the left side, still on his feet, still on his feet, still on his feet, down to the 1 or 2. 13 or 14 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd and goal from about the 2 or 3. Okay, a 3rd down and 2. Will the QB try to sneak this one in like he did just a moment ago? No. He's going to hand it to 22. There's the best stop of the night. It was made by Hoover. They'll put a good stop on him that time, and the game now is about over as we've down to 14 seconds. And the team out here, I think the Cardinals, are going to allow it to just expire. They're watching the clock. They're not really interested in calling a play. 5 seconds, 4, and that's going to do it. A final score here at Reading Central Catholic. The Trojans take one on the nose here by 10. It is 22-12, the final score. So, kind of a rough start for the Trojans, who I'm sure had hoped for bigger and better things out of these Cardinals tonight, but it just wasn't there for them. They had spurts there in the second quarter when they really tightened up the defense and kind of looked as though they were really going to take control of these Cardinals. But the Cardinals come out in the third quarter and started to make a move again offensively, and the Trojans simply couldn't stop them. The passing game really hurting the Trojans tonight on several big pass plays that the Cardinals were able to make on long yardage situations, and they'd come out throwing and they were completing their passes. So not much you can say about it. The Trojans will regroup, try to pick up on Newport next week. And till then, Dale Calnon and Ray Cole saying good night from Reading Central Catholic.